Hey y'all! Pokemon Crystal using only one Skarmory was a fun run, I'm telling you! So this week, let's do something that's even more cool! This week, I want to see if we can beat Pokemon Red using only one Tentacool. As usual, the rules are I can only use Tentacool in battle, and I can't use any items in battle. By the way, if you like this kind of content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe and check out more of the videos on my channel. Tentacool is best known for being the Zubat of the sea. Hard to make any progress surfing across the water when you're constantly accosted by jelly jigglers. Tentacool was featured prominently in an episode of the anime that was shown once in America and then immediately censored. But a shot of the Tentacool from that same episode was left in the opening theme song. Huh. Kinda weird how they censored that one episode, yet left the most offensive part of that episode in every single other episode? Well, in terms of the game, I'm interested to see just how Tentacool will see fare in this challenge. Its HP, attack, and defense are all crud, but 70 speed's okay, and 100 base special is actually incredible. I'm really excited to see how this one goes. Alright, let's do this. Off at Professor Oak's lab, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Squirtle with Tentacool so that our rival will pick Bulbasaur. As always, by the end of the game, the rival will have a Venusaur that will be pretty hard for us to take down without getting smashed by critical hit Razor Leafs. Tentacool is a Pokemon that most people seem to write off, but I think it's going to surprise you in this run. And since I don't think you're ready for this jelly, I nickname our Tentacool Ciancé. Tentacool starts off with just one move, Acid. But even so, that's all we need to beat the rival Bubs in our first Pokemon battle. Tentacool shakes what its mama gave it and wins using just its acid. Hey, if you got it, you might as well flaunt it, right? Bulbasaur only has Growl and Tackle, but not even 10 tackles can defeat our tentacles. Don't worry, y'all. The rest of the puns in this video aren't as bad. Some are even worse. The gym battle with Brock, on the other hand, is a totally different story. I'm fairly certain that once Tentacool gets some decent special attacks, it's going to be a gelatinous juggernaut. Right now, however, we're stuck fighting Brock's rocks with our weak and resisted physical attacks. So for now, Tentacool is at an all-time low. I have to grind against bugs in Viridian Forest until level 18, where we're finally able to win this battle. Even with the extra levels, and even using Supersonic to stun his Pokemon and deal extra chip damage, Brock is still very tough, and not at all fazed by our phenomenal acid. Oh, I'm sorry, but what kind of a person isn't a fan of Ciancé? Who are you, Brock? Becky with the good hair? After traversing Mount Moon, we head to take on the rival Bubs in Cerulean City. Along the way, we taught Tentacool the TM for Water Gun, which is a huge upgrade. Right away, you can see the difference in power that a special move makes. We're able to super soak our way through Bubs' entire team, including the Bulbasaur. I also believe that this is the first time I've used a Pokemon with rap, where rapping wasn't a good idea. If only cartoons from the 90s had figured that out. With Bubs beaten and out of the way, I head over to the Cerulean City Gym to take on the Water Gym leader Misty for the Cascade Badge. Her good AI tells her not to attack with water moves, so she mostly uses tackles and X-Defense. Jeez, Misty, no need to get so defensive. Her Pokemon resist water, so Acid is our best move against her. It might be weaker thanks to our much lower attack, but it also has a chance to lower her defense, letting it do successively more damage. I guess I owe you an apology, Misty. I realize now, you were only getting defensive because you were afraid of lowering your guard. Wait, what is this, Dawson's Creek? Now that we've graduated high school and our show has been cancelled, it's time to take on the rival Bubs aboard the SS Anne. I replaced Water Gun with the TM that Misty gave us for Bubble Beam. And with the added power, Bubs no longer stands a chance. We're too Tentacool for school, so it's time to get off this boat. Don't worry, Bubs. We'll see ourselves out. You might be jam-azed to learn that the next major battle is against Erica in the Celadon City Gym. I'm not sure that these two battles have ever been juxtaposed like that before, but hey, here we are! It's pretty obvious why it skipped past Lieutenant Surge for now, but the Lavender Town rival battle was actually tougher than I expected. More on that later. For now, we discuss Erica. With the help of the Ice Beam TM that we got from the Celadon City department store, Tentacool plunders her pesky plants faster than you can say, "Jelly belly beans are smelly." Bet you can't say that 5 times fast. Go on. Try it. No, really, do it. Do it! At this point, I think Tentacool can take down Lieutenant Surge, so I head back to Vermilion City to eradicate his electric rats. Tentacool's high special proves too much for his first 2 Pokemon, but Raichu spices things up by paralyzing with Thundershock. We could have been in a real jam had he followed up with Thunderbolt, but instead he uses a useless X-Speed. You know, for a military man, Lieutenant Surge really has no idea what he's doing. It's like he learned nothing from boot camp. Ladies, he didn't even try to get in formation. Bubs is still a bit too strong, so instead I head to the Team Rocket Game Corner hideout to take on Giovanni. He's got 2 rock ground Pokemon that go down in a single Bubble Beam each, and his Kangaskhan doesn't fare much better. Tentacool beats his buns in less time than it took us to ride down to the basement in the Jellyvator. Well, there's nothing left for us to do but to take on the rival Bubs in the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, but at least now we finally have the tools to win. In that last battle with Giovanni, we learned the move Barrier, which raises our defense by 2 stages. With the ability to effectively double our defense in a single turn, Tentacool can finally withstand the onslaught of Bite from Bubs' Gyarados. Really can't do much if it goes for Dragon Rage, but hey, c'est la vie. Barrier also has the added bonus of badge boosting our stats, but more on that later. With the power of Barrier, I decide to take on Koga at the Fuchsia City Gym. We resist all of his poison-type attacks, so my plan is to maximize our defense with Barrier, and then let Weezing off itself with Self-Destruct. First, I take out his first 3 Pokemon using the move Surf that we got from the Safari Zone, which is the strongest water move that I'll be teaching Tentacool in this run. Hydro Pump is of course stronger, but it's only 80% accuracy, and comes with really small BP. With our already high special stat and the ability to badge boost, I think Surf will do just fine. And speaking of Surf, now that we have Koga's badge, we can surf on over to the Cinnabar Island Gym to take on Blaine the Fire-type gym leader. I'm especially interested in getting his Volcano badge, since it's the badge that boosts our special stat. And for those that don't know, every time your stats in battle are modified, either up or down, the boost to your stats from the badges are reapplied. Essentially, this will let us use Barrier to not only boost our defense like normal, but also the rest of our stats as well. Tentacool extinguishes Blaine's pyrotechnic pets, and we leave the gym before we can see their halos. Gotta get this mandatory story out of the way, so I head on over to the Sylph Company building to take on the rival Bubs, but this time things are different. Bubs has an Alakazam, and it not only outspeeds, but it also slams our jam with super effective Psybeams. Our jellyfish has been coasting thus far, but for the first time we've hit a barrier. So what's the solution? Well, Barrier actually. If I can get to the Alakazam with 3 badge boost, I can outspeed and have just enough special to knock it into retroactive potion range, meaning Tentacool gets to attack it twice for free. Otherwise, we've usually taken enough damage for Psybeam to knock us out. The key is to make sure to badge boost after knocking out the Pidgeot, since we level up, which resets the badge boost. Alternatively, we could do the same strategy by raising our attack with Swords Dance, but then we'd forego the massive defense increase from Barrier just to be forced to fight with the much weaker Acid. And a Barrier badge boosted Surf is almost identical to a Swords Dance boosted Acid. I guess it's really just a matter of preference. The following battle with Giovanni was not very jelligant, but even so, I'm gemazed at just how bad we whooped his butt. You know, I've been making a lot of jelly and jam related puns, but do you actually know what is the difference between jelly and jam? Some of you are thinking about how one is made from juice, while the other is made from crushed fruit, and the rest of you need to get your heads out of the gutter. At this point, we are forced to take on Sabrina at the Saffron City Gym, but she's just way too strong. We're a poison jelly and she's a psychic type gym leader. Most battles, I can't even make it past the Kadabra. It's not until we grind all the way up to level 50 that we're even able to stand a chance. We're finally able to outspeed and one-hit KO the Kadabra with Surf, and after it goes down, we set up barriers for badge boost against the Mr. Mime, which has a 1 in 3 chance to hit us with Confusion. Venomoth is no problem after that, but even with badge boost, her Alakazam is still a threat. It has a high chance to critical hit, which ignores our badge boost, and even without a critical hit, a Psychic still almost knocks us out from full health. Good lord, that thing is scary. We only won after multiple resets when it chose to go for Reflect instead of Psychic. Jeez, I knew that Sabrina wouldn't be easy for Ciance, but I was not expecting Sasha Fierce Battle. And the final gym battle with Giovanni in the Viridian City Gym was over faster than the time it takes a Beyonce album to go platinum. Tentacool beats Giovanni's team with just 6 Surfs. And no, that's 6 Surfs, not 6 Surf! Although it would be cool to see Tentacool shred some sweet Gnar. Not even Giovanni's bulkiest Pokemon, Nidoqueen, can slay our Ciance. And on that note, we slammed Giovanni so hard, he should have to take us to Red Lobster. And if you're not getting these Beyonce jokes, I don't know what to tell you. With 8 gym badges in hand, the only thing standing between us and the Elite Four is another rival battle with Bubs. At this point though, there doesn't seem to be much he can do to stop us. I know that a critical hit Psychic from his Alakazam will knock us out, but that doesn't even happen here. In fact, we win on the first try. With just 3 badge boosts from Barrier, we are fast enough and hit hard enough to rip through most of Bubs' team with relative ease. Gyarados goes down in 2 Ice Beams, which is an impressive feat for a glob of goo. Alakazam survives our attack, but it reflects rather than moving forward with its life, letting us knock it out. Venusaur also manages to survive our Ice Beam, but it's frozen with fear at the sight of our amorphous assailant. Alright, here are the stats going into the Elite Four. Level 53 is not too high, and while most of the stats aren't going to turn any heads, that special stat is dummy thick. Up first is Lorelei. Here's where I once again would like to point out that you could have also probably done this with Swords Dance over Barrier and used moves like Acid and Double Edge, but honestly, does it even matter? Tentacool is so good that either way is fine. I like to use the Barrier method, but that's really just a matter of personal preference, and against Lorelei, Tentacool doesn't have much trouble either way, thanks mostly to the way that her AI works. Similar to how Misty operated, Lorelei prioritizes using super effective moves while avoiding not very effective moves. So her Dugong will always use Rest, giving us a free opportunity to set up barriers against it. Granted, we're only getting 3 badge boosts to special here, so our resisted Surf isn't doing much in return. Cloyster has bad special though, so it goes down in 2 hits despite double resisting Surf, proving once and for all that Jam is greater than Clam. The Slowbro only uses Amnesia, which we could have copied with Mimic to max out our special, but again, we don't need to at this point, so for now I hold on to the TM for Double Edge. The Jinx actually scares me for a second when it critical hits a Body Slam, but we hang on thanks to Jinx's attack stat being equally as bad as our raw defense stat. Can Jelly be raw? I don't know. Finally, Lapras pretty much always spams Confuse Ray, so the only thing standing between us and victory is whether our Jelly can preserve its health long enough to win. After Lorelei is Bruno. I used an elixir to restore our BP, and then used a rare candy to reset our experience to prevent leveling up during the battle, since I plan on using badge boost in this battle. Granted, if you know anything about this channel, then you already know how I feel about Bruno. The dude is an absolute chump. Barrier only gives us 3 badge boosts? That's plenty. Every single one of Bruno's Pokemon goes down to a single Surf, except for the Machamp of course. But then again, what can it even do really? We resist submission and our defense stat is maxed out anyways, so Bruno isn't gonna do jack sh- Hold up! Jeez, Bruno, I was kidding! I'm sorry, chill. Man, after Bruno almost put everything we owned in a box to the left, it's time to take on the Ghost Poison Elite Four member Agatha. I use a rare candy once again to reset our experience, restore our BP, and heal with a max potion. Agatha is normally very difficult for any strategy that requires setup, since she'll use various status moves to confuse or put you to sleep, and her Golbat can remove all of your boost with Haze. Still, her Pokemon all have higher special than defense, so badge boosting is still our best option. So you might be wondering, how did this battle go? Well, Agatha slams my jam repeatedly to the point that I almost considered leaving the Elite Four to grind until we could one-hit KO her Pokemon without having to badge boost. It's especially frustrating when most of the time we almost get set up just for Golbat to erase our boost with Haze, and in the end I decide to just keep trying at this until eventually Ciance proves that it's a survivor and we beat Agatha by the absolute skin of our teeth. Next up is the final Elite Four member Lance. I make sure to heal up, restore all of our PP, and then use a rare candy to level up and reset our experience. We only need a couple of badge boosts to 1-hit KO all of Lance's Pokemon besides the Gyarados with Ice Beam, and the Gyarados gives us ample opportunity to set up thanks to the recharge turns required by Hyper Beam. You know, for the strongest member of the Elite Four, this battle is embarrassingly easy for us. So what do you have to say for yourself, Lance? Somber is the day a humble jelly doth slay these mighty dragons. This battle against Lance is one of the easiest in the entire run, and like Jelly, it's very consistent. Finally, it's time to take on the champion, our rival Bubs. We restore all of our BP and then use all of our remaining rare candies, both for levels and also to reset our experience. Just like a jellyfish, I'll be transparent and say that this battle was tough. Without the extra levels, the Alakazam kept knocking us out, and even if we got past it, we'd level up during the battle, losing all of our badge boost and then getting knocked out. So really, the key to victory is just to not level up, and the higher our level, the more experience that will take, meaning we should be able to make it the full length of this battle without losing our badge boosts. At level 62, we're finally able to survive a Psychic thanks to our badge boosts, but on the first attempt at this level, Bubs goes for Recover instead of Psychic. Awesome! That gives plenty of health to deal with the rest of Bubs' Pokemon. Gyarados even gives us a badge boost by using Leer, and the lower defense lets us grab yet another barrier, getting even more badge boosts. Then thanks to our higher level, we don't level up during the battle, meaning we have all of our badge boosts intact for when the Venusaur comes out, and it goes down in a single Ice Beam, winning us the battle! And with that, the challenge is over! Tentacool is a surprisingly good Pokemon, despite a pretty glaring weakness to Psychic types, which are already overpowered in this game. Still, for such an unassuming jellyfish, Tentacool is jam-packed with good qualities. Well, as always, I want to thank you for making it to the end of this video. These videos are a lot of fun, but also a lot of work, so I really do appreciate it. There's a playlist on my channel where you can find the rest of my Pokemon Challenge videos if you want to check those out as well. And if you like this kind of content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you'll know right away the next time one of these episodes is uploaded. And if you want early access to these videos and to be listed in the credits, please consider becoming a member. And let me know in the comments what other Pokemon you want to see, and I'll probably do it. Next week, we're heading back to Johto to find out if I can beat Pokemon Crystal using only one Swinub. Anyways, until next time,